Starlight Glimmer, Shining Armor, A True Love by Switched Up. It has been a while now since Starlight moved into Twilight's castle. She has to regain her friendship with Sunburst, but there is one thing that she misses most of all: someone special at some point. When her friends were spending some time with their special Zone Pony, Starlight is often stayed behind in the castle to read or study some new magic, but Twilight often asks her to at least try to find someone to date, or maybe ask someone out. But Starlight said always had a response back: "No, not today. I'm kinda busy. I'm studying some new magic." "Alright, maybe next time," said Twilight. But that seemed almost the same answer every time when Twilight asked. So one day, Twilight had got an idea. Her older brother, Shining Armor, was still single and is still captain of the Royal Guard in Canterlot. He has been dating several mayors both in the noble and some of the Royal Guard as well. But he couldn't find the right connection or the right spark with any of those mayors he dated. So he decided to stop dating for at least a while, to at least if he could find someone special. And 2 years has passed since he stopped dating anybody else. At the same time, in Ponyville, Starlight had asked her brother if he could take a permission leave from his duty and come for a visit. And of course, Shining Armor has quite a lot of duty lately, but he had asked Celestia about if he could take some relief, and Celestia agreed. Shining Armor has been quite busy, so he made his second in command to the royal captain until he is back. And Starlight was not noticed about that. It wasn't told about this visit from Shining Armor. For some time, when she met him from time to time, she thinks that Shining Armor is a really brave, strong, handsome pony, but she has been quite shy to even talk to him. After they talked for only briefly, for like 5 minutes, so then she leaves to make some study or something else. But one day, after the day after Twilight had asked her brother to King for a visit, Starlight was told about it from Spike. "Are you sure?" Twilight said he's coming here. "Yeah. Twilight told me yesterday that she invited her own brother." "For how long?" I'm not sure. A week? 2 weeks? I don't know. I'm kind of busy, so I didn't even notice about how much long time he will be here," said Spike. Starlight was now quite impressive, but also scared, because she had a really strong feeling for Shining Armor, and she thinks that since he is the royal captain of the Royal Guard, she wouldn't have any chance with him, since he's basically as a noble or almost royal, and she's just like a civilian. She never thought she would have any chance with him. And the day came when Shining Armor came for a visit. "Twilight! Big on Shining Armor!" Shining Armor hugged his sister, and they talked in castle for, well, at least several hours. Well, but they think it was several hours, but only 2. But at the same time, Starlight was not in the castle. She was actually in the park. She tried to avoid Shining Armor as much as possible. For what reason? Well, for every time she sees him, she feels like her heart is melting because of his handsomeness. She wondered if she would even just tell him how she feels. So she took enough courage and walked back to the castle, and she was just about outside the library when she heard Shining Armor and Twilight talking. "So how is Starlight's lessons going?" asked Shining Armor. "It's going well, but lately she hasn't been made much study with her friends, mostly herself, or with Spike, or, well, mostly Spike. I thought you were helping her to find the true meaning of friendship." "Yes, I do, but since I am a princess, I have a lot of duties to take care of." "And you're worried about her?" "Yeah, lately she hasn't been socialized with any other pony than herself or with her friends. And sometimes we often have spent some time with our special sound pony, but she often stands alone in the castle. And I'm worried about her." "Worried? About what?" Shining Armor asked. "Well, I'm wondering if she will ever find her special sound pony." And Shining Armor looked at his sister, and he could see that she was worried about Starlight. "I can see that, Twilight. And to be honest, I kinda is in similar situation as she is." "Oh?" "Yeah. For the last few years, I have been dating several mares, but I didn't find the right connection between any of them. I don't know if they were have the right interest, if they were the same goal as mine. I want to settle down, start a family, but most of the mares I talked dated, they often was just into one thing." "Oh, what was that?" "Mostly dating just for fun or dating, but nothing as serious. Just dating. So I decided to stop dating for a while to see if I could find the right mare for me, but no." Then Twilight came up with an idea. "How about a speed dating?" "Speed dating? Yeah, it's kind of in here in Ponyville. It's kind of from Manhattan." And then Twilight explained to her what speed dating means. "So that is what speed dating is. You, well, I don't know if I could maybe try it, but I don't know. I know since I never tried that before, but I can try." "Well, it is a speed dating night tonight actually, in the city hall at 7, I think." "Are you going?" "No, since I have Flash, then I need to." "Yeah, I can see that," says Shining Armor. "Well, at least I get it for the try." So Starlight then had heard all about it, and she decided, well, maybe she could try as well. And who knows, maybe they end up dating, speed dating, or someone else. So she went to this city hall at 7, and she actually signed up, and sure enough, Shining Armor showed up as well. And this speed dating lasted for 2 hours, and Starlight was talking to at least many of those stallions and even mares, but most of them didn't find the right connections. Most of them were into working out or astronomy or even baking, restaurant business. But almost at the end, Starlight could see Shining Armor talking to another mare almost at the end of the room. And she could see that first they laughed together, but since then they just like stopped. And he looked almost disappointed. But then, suddenly, she was waiting for the next stallion that appeared, and she was really surprised to see it was actually Shining Armor. She wasn't even prepared for him. She thought maybe this is going to take maybe a next evening to find out if they were speed dating. She never thought he would then turn up before the speed dating was over. Shining Armor was also surprised to see Starlight. Then he asked why, and she explained that she at least wanted to try it. So they talked to each other at least a while back and forth for the short time they had. And they both seems to notice they all had same interest. They had the same passion for magic, competition, even making new friends, and even astronomy, all kinds of things they had in common. But they had so much in common. And after the speed dating was over, Shining Armor asked if Starlight maybe want to take a stroll back to the castle. And sure enough, Starlight actually said yes. And they took a walk together back to the castle. And even Twilight was still up at the time and reading, and saw that Starlight was with Shining Armor. And she was actually, but she didn't make them to see her. That she can even see them talking, laughing, and smiling together. And just before then, Shining Armor was sailing over and kissed Starlight on the cheek and said, "Thanks for the walk and good night." Starlight just stood there after Shining Armor left. She was really red in her face. She never thought in her life that Shining Armor was going to kiss her. She was really, really surprised. Then Twilight left the library and walked up to Starlight, and Starlight saw her, and she tried to make as act normal. Even she was recently kissed by her mentor's brother. So Starlight, how did the speed dating go? Um, well, it was kind of boring at first. I didn't find any connection with any other opponents there. But Shining Armor and I seems to have many things in common. Like we both like magics, we both like to protect our friends and family, and well, I don't know, but since I don't know why, but since he and I had much in common, maybe I know if I could ask him out, if you're okay for you, Twilight. Twilight looked at Starlight and smiled and said, "Sure, I don't mind." Then Starlight went back to her room. But Starlight couldn't fall asleep that night. She was actually just laying in her bed and wondering, thinking and thinking about Shining Armor and the speed dating. She wondered, should she even ask him out, or just let it go and find some another opponent to date? It took her about 3 hours before she fell asleep. And early next morning, she was up earlier than the others. She went down to the kitchen to make some early breakfast. It was still like 7 in the morning. She usually goes up like 9 or almost 10 in the morning. But this morning, she couldn't sleep any longer, so she just woke up. And suddenly she heard a voice behind her. Good morning. She turned around and saw shining armor. You up late? Early? Yeah, kind of old habit since I am Captain Royal Guard, said Shining Armor. And that's true. Shining Armor usually goes up about 6 or 7 in the morning since he's the Royal Captain of the Royal Guard. So you're up early? Yeah, couldn't sleep any longer. You need some real breakfast? Sure. What are you having? Cereal. Same here. They both at the table, and at first didn't say much to each other. Just sitting there, eating. But then Shining Armor broke the silence and said, I would like to date the speed dating yesterday. Yeah, me too, says Starlight. And then they talked about something of the comment they have in common. And after the breakfast, Starlight decided to take some time to study her magic. Shining Armor, he didn't do much except do some exercise, like running through town and back, and do some more exercise, and just after that he took a break and just to walk around the castle to see what else is there. He found a game room, found like a half dozen new bedrooms, guest rooms, even like an indoor pool, which Twilight didn't know about. Then he went to the library and saw that Starlight was still studying new magic. But she didn't notice them at first. When she looked up from the book and saw that he was standing at the door. Oh, I'm sorry if I interrupt. No, it's fine. Come in. What are you studying? Some new magic I found in one of the old books from Canterlot. Can I see? Sure. And then Starlight showed her some of the tricks she learned from the books. Wow, I'm actually impressed. Thanks. Is your first time trying this magic? Yeah, it is. And Twilight told me something about you that you can make your own magic. Your own magic spells or some sort of things. Yeah, I did actually once. A few times. Then he asked her if she could show him something new spell which she had made up. Then Starlight took a scroll and wrote down a spell which she learned a few days ago with her own. And then she showed them, and they would literally travel back in time. But they like travel only several hundred years in the past. But it was still in the castle, but it was like in a holographic dream world. Wow, this magic spell was impressive. I never thought that there could be some such spell, said Jennifer. Thanks, I'm kind of a fast learner, said Starlight. Oh, by the way, Starlight, may I ask you something? Sure, said Starlight. Well, I have been thinking about something, and I am wondering if you maybe, I don't know, wanna go out tonight? Like a date? Yeah, if you wanted to go. Starlight was stunned that Shining Armor asked her, and she was thinking and thinking, and then she said, Sure, I'd like to go out with you. Good, said Starlight. Good, I can take you to the restaurant and recently opened. About, say, 7? Sure, said Starlight. Good. I'll pick you up then at 7. Okay, said Starlight. And Starlight couldn't wait to her first official date with shining armor.